Hey Purpose Seekers, welcome. I am back with another Countdown to Confidence. And in Countdown to Confidence, what we're doing is we're taking you from the employee mindset, which waits for permission, over to the owner mindset, which goes out and gets what you want. The best way to go out and get what you want is to build up the confidence to do so. So today, I want to talk to you about a topic that all of us struggle with. What is the number one blocker to getting what you want in this world? I'm going to share with you that it is a lack of confidence. The lack of confidence is what stops probably easily a good 80 to 90% of us from going after the things that we really want. And you know that lack of confidence manifests in fear. And so today I'm really wanting to go through the book that I'm reading right now is How to Stop Worrying and Start Living. I mean, this is an incredibly insightful book. I absolutely love it. Again, I love those books that go back to the 40s and the 50s and the 30s. I mean, it's just so much wisdom, so many principles that still apply today. But this book, How to Stop Worrying and Start Living, is by Dale Carnegie. And so I want to share some insights from this book. So before I get into the actual review of the book, I really wanted to kind of go through something that was super insightful to me. So I was at a business coaching session, and the coach was basically kind of breaking down the difference between fear and anxiety and really kind of helping us to understand how we were blocking ourselves and stopping ourselves. So the definition of fear is really there is a clear and present danger. So what that means is if there is a bear in front of you, you're going to be fearful. And that fear is because there is a clear and present danger in the person of that bear. And so you need to take action to get away from that bear. So that is a healthy fear, okay? Nothing wrong with healthy fear. Anxiety, on the other hand, is it is the fear of something that has the possibility of happening. So the fear of some negative thing possibly happening. So there is no way to know if that thing is going to happen or not, but you are already stressing and already worrying about it as if it's a clear and present danger. That is the difference between fear and anxiety. And most of us, let's just be clear, most of us struggle with anxiety. We are worried about the what ifs. It's the what if disease, right? So what if I lose my job? What if something happens to my child? What if? And that type of pressure, constantly being under those perceived threats, which may never ever come through, that is what's taken most of us out. It's sapping our confidence, sapping us of our joy, and again, just really kind of destroying the quality of our life. So again, I highly recommend this book, How to Stop Worrying and Start Living. So let me kind of share a little bit from the book that really stood out to me. And so I have my little notes here that I'm referencing, guys. I'm always kind of looking here so that I can make sure and get you the good stuff here. So the number one chapter really talks about a really good way to stop worrying and start living is to live in day-typed compartments. So live in the present, live in only the day that you're in, which is all you can do anyway, but really focus on living in the day you're in. And so let me just kind of share some of the insights that he shared. He gave some examples of folks that really were able to overcome the worry by focusing on just staying in the day. Sir William Osler, again, he was in medical school. He was worried about exams, worried about if he was going to pass, if he was going to graduate, if he was going to get a good job. I mean, all this stuff he's worrying about in the future that has nothing to do with his present day. And it started to take a toll on his health. And he shared that, there were 21 words that he read in an article or, saw somewhere in a book that just changed the trajectory of his life. And those 21 words were, our main business is not to see what lies dimly ahead, but to do what lies clearly at hand. So again, most of us are focused somewhere in the future about what might happen, as opposed to taking care of what we can take care of in our present moment. That resonated within his soul and literally changed the trajectory of his life. He literally went on to be just a widely known, highly famous, widely respected professor. And so he was giving an address to Yale University. And this was back in the 1800s, I believe. He was giving an address to Yale University. And he was sharing that a lot of people thought that he was super smart because, he had gone on to do these incredible things, written so many books, was published, was like I said, a well-known professor in the world. A lot lot of people thought that that required super intellect, but he was just saying that his friends who were around him understood that he was just a regular guy, that he was just an average guy. But the thing that really helped him to really excel is just focusing on today. Literally, that was the thing that helped him to excel, was focusing on today. Today is the day of salvation, he quoted to them. Okay. And so that's not to say we shouldn't plan. He was very clear about the fact that that's not to say that we shouldn't plan, but the planning starts in today. So for instance, if you're worried about being able to provide for your family in the future, then why not today open up a life insurance policy, and just focus on doing what you can to keep that life insurance policy active and going, so that if, God forbid, anything were to happen to you, your family would be taken care of. All you can do is do what you can do today. There's nothing you can do about the future. You can't go into the future. There are so many movies about, we're obsessed with going into the future and changing things, or going into the past and changing things so that, things will be different. But again, none of us, to our knowledge right now, have the ability to do anything about the past or the future. All we can do is work in today. So if you want to stop worrying and start living, live in day tight compartments. Wake up in the morning and just ask God, ask yourself, write down in your book, what is it I can do today to make this the best day possible? To set myself up for success, to set my kids up for success, to set my loved ones up for success, to have a great career. What is it I can do today? Okay. So maybe that means going for a walk, to get your health in. Maybe that means, again, starting early on a project, so that you can make sure that you have some things done at work that you can take care of today. Maybe that means, whatever that means, what can I do in today that's going to have the ripple effect and affect, make my future better. Okay. Because the fact of the matter is, sometimes we can do everything right all the time, and still things don't turn out right for us. One of my daughter's favorite movies, she was actually watching it today, it's called The Last Holiday. And it's this movie where Queen Latifah is the heroine, and basically she literally goes to work, goes to church, comes home. She cooks these amazing, like chef quality meals every night and doesn't even eat them. She throws them away or gives them to her neighbor, and that's her life. And she's like accumulated $200,000 or $300,000 in the bank, and never has done anything for herself. Literally just kind of done this little 3-ring circus where she just goes and does the same thing every day and has never truly lived. And she has this book of possibilities about all the things that she loves to do, she wants to do, but she's too scared. She's too scared to do anything. And then one day she gets hit on the head, she goes to the doctor, they take a scan, and the scan says she has some disease, some rare disease that literally she has a maximum of 4 weeks to live. And she's like shocked. She goes home, of course, distraught, crying, thinking to herself, oh my God, I've been waiting for something amazing to happen, something big to happen, not eating, this good food, not taking these trips, not experiencing life because I was waiting for something, I don't know what. And now I have 4 weeks to live. So she didn't enjoy every day as if it were her last. But she goes on, obviously, to do that, and it, that it ends well in the sense that the machine was broken. She's not really going to die. But the point is, we need to live as if we found out that we only have a few weeks to live, because we would live our lives very, very differently. We would take every day as precious, and we wouldn't stress out about things like bills. If we understood that every day is precious and we can get the most out of life only in the day that we're in. So again, I hope you found some insights in that. Again, get the book, How to Stop Worrying and Start Living by Dale Carnegie. It will bless your life. All right, guys. Well, thanks for coming to this session of Countdown to Confidence. Join me again. I'll be bringing you little tips and tricks for how to, again, boost that confidence, overcome that imposter syndrome, move from that employee mindset over into that ownership mindset, and go out and get what you want in life. Have a good one. Bye-bye.